Hey breadheads, welcome back to another episode here in Breadstick's World. I'm so pumped you joined me today for episode 36.
In a world where you're a goner, if you leave without your armor and you come across a spawner, yeah, that's Breadstick's World. It's a world full of creepers, endermen, and jukebox speakers, shulker boxes full of everything you need to survive Breadstick World.
Alright dudes, we got a ton of stuff to get into today, so let's get going, right? First off, I hope you all had a great Christmas. I know I did. I had a blast. So much fun stuff, seeing family, ate a ton of good food. I hope you all did too. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a great Christmas. Next thing I want to show you dudes today, I want to talk about the nether tunnel. We got it finished. Look, it's all done. Look at that. Yeah, this is where we go down into our nether base, right? Our nether mini base. And a special thanks to Durio 00007 and Smizzy 415. They were the only people hanging out at the stream when we finished the nether tunnel. It was just the three of us, but it's done. It's done. I was so pumped. I was so excited, and I wanted to show you dudes that. Shameless plug here for a minute. If you dudes haven't checked me out on Twitch and you want to catch some streams, that's going to be rolling across the screen right now. Upper left-hand corner. Check it out, right? Twitch.tv/breadstickninja82. We have some good times over there. I'm a noob. I'm going to warn you, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you over here. I just wanted to show you the tunnel was done. I was so excited for that, and I had to get you dudes in on it. Now, for the main part of the episode, we're going to be working on storage, right? And that's what we got to get into today is some storage. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fly back to our storage room. I'm going to bring you dudes in, and we're going to go over a couple of systems that I looked at to satisfy our storage needs, and we're going to decide which one's best for us. Ouch. You didn't see that. Oh, that didn't happen. Okay, breadheads, we are not in the storage room, if you couldn't tell. We're actually going to start out in a creative copy of Breadstick's World. And the reason we're doing that is because I checked out several multi-item sorting systems, okay? I checked out quite a few of them. I built 3 different ones that I really liked. And I wanted to show them off, talk about them just a little bit, give some credit for some really awesome creators, redstone creators here. Just kind of let you know why I picked the one that I picked that we're going to use in Breadstick's World. So let's get into this a little bit. Now, we're not going to go super in-depth, but this first one here is from Tomco. Now, I'm not going to lie. When you watch Tomco's video, he sounds like he's 12. But I got to give him some credit. This was very clever. He's pushing pistons around. He's pushing hoppers around with pistons, like a piston feed tape. So this is going to be super loud. Oh, that's loud. But you can see he's pushing those hoppers around, those full hoppers. They're picking up items, and then they're getting pushed around, and the items are getting delivered to each and every chest. It just keeps going and going. I thought that was super clever. Something that was super clever and only works on Bedrock Edition. Now, the reason I didn't go for this is because it is pushing these items around. It is super slow. And once again, that was by Tomco. Very clever, very cool video. Now, the next one we're checking out is from Raven Mad Hatter. Now, I've actually built this one before, and it works pretty well. But you guys can see what kind of resources we're talking about. This is a huge resources commitment and a huge time commitment. Now, it works pretty well. I sorted some things in all of them. I didn't show that on the last one, but I actually took enough time to kind of sort a little bit of everything, just random stuff, and then some of these chests have filler blocks in them. And it worked well. I didn't see any problems. The only reason I decided not to go with this one was just because if for some reason something broke, there's no way I'm going to be able to fix it. There's no way I'm going to be able to repair this without going back to the video. So, very cool design, very intricate, very awesome. Raven Mad Hatter knows way more about redstone than I do, that's for sure. But just not quite what I was looking for in Breadstick's World, right? We want something. Breadstick's World is the everyman. It's the everyman Minecraft channel. You know what I'm saying? We want something that every Minecrafter can do in his world. And that's why I picked the next system. So the next system is from Blocky Bryson. Blocky Bryson. That's a funny name. And you can see I kind of took a minute just to decorate it when I was working on it. I don't know if this is how we're going to decorate it in Breadstick's world, but the great thing about this system, okay, now it's got a couple drawbacks, I'm not going to lie, but the great thing about it is it's modular. So basically this section here is one module, and we just run that all the way down, right? You can see it just repeats itself over and over and over. We have an initial clock right here, and this clock here is what actually powers the system. You put items into the chest, they go into the dropper, and then this clock here powers that over and over and over, and it just runs this all the way down the line in each one of these modules. And you can make this as big as small, as big or as small, blah, 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 blah. And you can make this as big or as small as you wanted. Now, drawback, we're running horizontal, right? We don't have the option to go vertical. We're going horizontal. Now, I think we're gonna be okay on that because our storage room is so long. I think it's gonna work. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this in. It's gonna go horizontal. Now, I will warn you, you are gonna have some items that get stuck, right? So like items will go into this dropper. This is only gonna run as long as there are items in this dropper. So as soon as it clears out the last few items, you might still have items in here getting sorted. It's gonna stop, it's gonna depower. But that's okay, I'm not super worried about that. I think this is gonna be the best bang for our buck, okay? So let's get back. Oh, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. Okay, let's get back over to Breadstick's world and let's start getting that storage room worked on. I'll see you Breadheads in just a minute. Breadheads, we are back on Breadstick's world and we are in the storage room. Now you might notice some changes from the last time you were here. We did a lot of work on stream. We got our floor design figured out and got that put in about halfway through. My goals for the day, I want to get these units in. I threw together a couple so you can kind of see what they look like in place, right? So, I mean, it's that simple. It's that simple. This is 2 of the units put together, and that's really all there is to it. So the first thing I think I want to do is I want to get this worked all the way back. I kind of put these chests in just to kind of get an idea of the space we would have to work with, right? So we've got our input chest down here, and then we're actually got 20 double chests of multi-item sorting. And then we'll have down here, we'll have our stalls that we were talking about, right? Like, I'm not sure what the spacing is going to be because I kind of want to line up with this. But we'll have a stall for colored blocks. We'll have a stall for super smelting. We'll have a stall for, I don't know, maybe just some manual storage. But we'll put some stalls together over here, just small little alcoves where we can go in and we can do our work and then we can come back out, right? So we'll have our shulker box unloader, our deep storage for our bulk items. We'll have our multi-item, and then we'll have some small alcoves here for manual sorting and colored blocks and maybe even like concrete conversion. So we're going to get creative on these 3 or 4 little stalls we put in down here. But I kind of got sidetracked. So what are we going to do today? I want to get all the redstone put in for our multi-item sorting, right? And I want to test it. And then I think I would like to get these stalls, get the spacing figured out where we want, and get this floor ran all the way out to the end today. I think that's what I want to try and get done in today's episode. I don't know if we're going to make it or not. That's a tall order. That's a tall order. But we were really productive in our last episode, so who knows? Maybe we will. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out of here for just a minute. I'm going to put all these redstone modules in for our sorting, and then we'll come back and we'll run a few things through it just to make sure that it's working like it's supposed to be. And then we'll start trying to figure out how we're going to space these little alcoves out, okay? And what we're going to use them for. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes, breadheads. Redheads, I've just about got all the redstone installed, and I thought I would bring you back in for the last couple of units here, the last couple of redstone modules, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put the redstone in for this clock here. It didn't take long to put in. It only took me a few minutes to get all the items crafted up and to get all this stuff put in. So I thought I would go ahead and just show you guys how this works. It's super, super simple, right? So point this one into the dropper, this one into there. And you guys know that normally I don't give tutorials, right? Number one, I'm not good at them. And number two, I don't like to give tutorial on someone else's stuff. But this is just so simple. It's so intuitive. And I mean, way to go. Way to go, Blocky Bryson. But that's it. That's kind of that's the redstone that goes against the chest. It's that easy. You just got to make sure you get everything pointed the right way. And then we just do stone brick, stone brick, stone brick. And then redstone underneath here, like that. And then repeaters right here. So, I mean, and that's it. All the redstone is done. That's how fast it is to put those units in. I think that's just super clever. That's just a great design. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to get a clock hooked up to this. That way when we put stuff in here, it feeds in and it gets shot into the system. So we're just going to do something really, really easy. Let's put a dropper. Let's put a dropper there. And we'll put a hopper feeding into that dropper. And then we need to turn this one into a clock. We need to get a clock system going on here. That's super easy. We're just going to take a comparator and we will feed it into a block. Just like this. And we're going to have to bust out some back wall here for sure. Okay. Let's do that. And we'll do this. Except I think, yes, we need to bring this one. No, that's right. Because basically what we want to do is we want to turn this torch is going to actually be the torch that feeds. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We are going to have to do something about all these slimes. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Okay, now that that's handled, I'm telling you, look at all the slimes over there. Look at all those slimes. We might have to make our floor, we might have to drop the whole floor down one block and make the top of it glass. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You can't stop those slimes from spawning somehow, right? Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm like passionate about my slime spawns. You know what I'm saying? So what we want to do is we want to take a couple of repeaters. We're going to take a signal from this torch, and Blocky Bryson said we need to have at least one repeater at 4 ticks. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do that, and then we're going to add an extra repeater too. That way we're covered on our time. If the clock is too fast, it won't activate like it's supposed to. So what we need to do is to make sure that is working. Let's take our 6 pieces of I don't know. Let's take some slime ball. Here, ender pearls. Bam. Okay, yes, that is working. You can see our clock is working. Now what we need to do is we need to actually power the dropper with this and power the rest of this line. So that's pretty simple. We're just going to do that, and we're going to take a repeater, not a comparator, a repeater. We'll feed it into that block, and then we'll run a couple pieces of redstone, just like that. Okay, now that should be in our chest. Yes, and you might notice that we only have 6 ender pearls in here, and we put in 7. There's a reason for that. Remember I told you guys that this would only run as long as this dropper had items in it. Well, boom, there's number 7, okay? So it did not get transferred all the way through. So what that means for us long term is we're going to have items sitting in this chain, but it's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal, and I'll show you why. So let's say we are going to sort our 7 ender pearls again, okay? Okay, so we've got our ender pearls sorted right, and we've got 6 in our chest, and we've got 1 in our dropper. But we come back later and we have to sort, I don't know, let's say we have to sort 11 pieces of redstone. Okay, so now all of our redstone is sorted, and you'll see what happened was it pushed our ender pearl through. See that? And then we're just short a piece of redstone. And that redstone is, you guessed it, in the dropper. So that's something we're just going to have to deal with. It's not perfect, but I think the benefits for this system really outweigh that one little annoying thing. Well, and the droppers making noise is kind of annoying too, but I think it's definitely going to outweigh that. And I think it's going to be great. All right, Breadheads, I'm going to clean up our redstone mess for just a little bit since we actually got this unit working. And then we'll get into trying to figure out what we're going to do with the alcoves down there, like our spacing. And then if we have time, we'll get into that floor too. I'd really like to get that floor done. I hope we don't have to put glass over it. But we might to keep those stupid slimes from spawning. So give me just a minute for cleanup, Breadheads, and I'll be back. Before we can get started decorating up that storage room, we have got to gather some resources. So let's do that real fast. Breadheads, now that we've got some resources gathered up, let's get started on a design. Now, I think the first thing I want to check out is I think a line of white, of white quartz bricks right above these dudes would probably look really good. So let's see how this shakes out. Oh yeah, I like that. We are definitely going to need some sea lanterns, but we can handle that. And let's put a pillar going up here too. Like, let's put a pillar going all the way to the top. Yeah. And let's get some sea lanterns to work with. We have definitely got to get our guardian farm going so that we have got access to sea lanterns. This is our last 35 sea lanterns, so that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, how's that look? Okay, that looks pretty good. And then we might want to have some spaced out through here too, but I don't know what kind of design we want to do right there. I mean, it could be something as simple as just pillars. Like maybe we just have, you know, like a pillar here type of thing, and then pillars spaced every so often. You know what I mean? So what if we do something like that? And that was on the 4th, so we had 3 in between, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th. Now you guys will notice that I put a little light here. Oh, stupid slime! Shut up! I put a little light here, and that's an indicator light. So whenever this system's running, this light will be flashing. Although to be honest, it's so loud, I don't know if we really need that. I don't know if we really need that. I thought I was so clever. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So that first pillar would be about here. Would be where that first pillar goes. And then let's do another 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this would be where the next one is. And then maybe we go 5. Maybe we could do a bigger gap. 1, 2, 3 here. So 1 here. And then maybe we go a bigger gap, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 here. And what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'd have 1 here. So that, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's kind of generic. It's a little bit generic. But maybe we could do something in there. Maybe we could put some armor stands in there. Or we could do something commemorative for the channel, right? Something like that. That could be really cool. I think we're going to come back to that. And then we could probably put sea lanterns on these junctures if we wanted to. I don't know how that would look. Not there. Maybe if we did sea lanterns like that, it brightened it up just a little bit. At every spot where we have a pillar, and then you could probably do it at the top too. And it would probably look good. Yeah, that kind of brightens it up a little bit. I think that works. And then we could put some maybe inset that by 1 and have some cyan concrete back there, and we could do something in there, right? I kind of like the armor stand idea. We might work with that. We might work with that. I kind of like that idea. Let's figure out where we want to put these alcoves. So what if we move? If we move this one in, okay. Let's move this one in one so that the cyan block is hitting right here with the lights. Just like that. Now that only gives this like a 2 wide entry, which is kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying. Now we could maybe push it all the way over here also. So let's say if we put the, what if we put our quartz block there and then our cyans back here, right? And then we push this back over to here. Skip one, that's kind of what we did there. Like we had it there, skip there, start it there, skip there, start one here. And then that kind of gives us like three big alcoves. I don't know how that looks. Does that look even? That's the question. Does it look even? Let's get this, let's knock this out of here. This is distracting me. Okay. It's always hard to design on the fly. You know what I mean? It's always weird to design on the fly, but I kind of feel like that's where we're at. We kind of have to do that. So this is what we'd be looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 5 or a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'd be a 7 and a 5. So this first alcove would be small. Oh, slimes. So this first alcove would be small, which, I mean, that's okay. They don't all have to be the same size as long as it looks right to the eyeball. You know what I mean? And then this next one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'd also be 7 and 5. So that would work out even. Okay, I think I like that. I think I like that. And then we could have these alcoves will be where we do our different projects, right? So maybe we take these up like that. It's always hard to talk and design at the same time, like, because I'm trying to think, but I'm also trying to like engage you guys in conversation, and I feel like I'm just saying gibberish half the time. So I don't know what is going on. Yeah, that looks good. That's good. Now we're going to need some sort of design. I don't know what we're going to put here. Maybe some like half slabs would look good. Like if we started here and then went up and then up and then up and then down. I don't know. Or stairs maybe. We could work in some stair patterns. I think that could look good. And then we would change this here. We change this out to the this block. The this block. the this block. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, breadheads. You know what I mean. Let's. Do we have any of that left? Is that it? Oh, that looks like that could be it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so we're gonna go. This here would be up, up. Yes, the first one would be up like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that. I'm not sure how I feel about that being in the middle of the entranceway, but we knew it was going to be a bit of a mix match on these two sidewalls because obviously we're using them for two very different things, right? We're using one for bulk storage, we're using one for multi-item storage, and then our individual alcoves. So yeah, it's definitely for sure a bit of a different look or a different use, I guess, a different function. And we said when we started that it has to be form over function. Like that's what we want. It's got to be that way because if it's not that way, I mean, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like this thing has to work. It has to work before it looks good. Because this is where most of our project planning is going to take place, is in this room. We're going to be spending a lot of time in this room, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. This looks good. Yeah, that looks real good. I like that a lot. Okay, breadheads, I hate to leave us high and dry while we're in the middle of designing the storage room, but we are officially out of time. We didn't get to the floor today, but that's all right. We got the multi-item sorting system put in. We got a pretty good idea what we're going to do for our alcoves, for our individual little stalls here. And slimes. And we've got our multi-item system like functioning, and I'm super pumped about that. So, I mean, it was a good day. We're probably going to finish this storage room up. If you're interested in checking out the end of this storage room, we're probably going to try to finish up on stream probably this weekend. I'm hoping to have this episode out Saturday afternoon. And we'll probably do a live stream maybe either Saturday night or early Sunday morning and try and get this storage room finished up. I don't want to push it into 3 episodes. We've already done 2 episodes and it's coming along pretty smooth. I'd like to get it finished up without having any more episodes dedicated to storage. So if you are interested in checking out the end of this project, jump over to Twitch. I'm probably going to be live either Saturday night or Sunday. I'd love to see you there. And I think that's it. That's where we're going to wrap it up. I appreciate you breadheads coming out, checking me out. I appreciate all the support, every little bit of it. And I hope you had a blast with this episode. I know I had a blast making it for you. And I will see you dudes next time. Later, breadheads.